decorating my planner. So if you've seen my other videos, I have talked about how this is my work planner. And so I use it for, it's an academic school year. So I make a planner that is for August through May. And I have used the last 2 years a composition book. And I will be showing my composition book. It's all the one I used last year anyway. And you can see how I used it and how I decorated. This is way better. So this is an Archer and Olive notebook. I believe, I can't get the size. I think it's A5. It's like 8.5 by 6. It's a pretty good size. It's actually the perfect size. So, you know, I've been decorating it and it's amazing. So now I'm on to December. And what I found is consistency is key. So to make one of these, it's a lot of work. So the more consistent you are, the better. I use sort of the same kind of format. When I decorate it in similar colors. I try to stay with a theme. So my theme for December is obviously going to be holiday. And I am using one company's, for the most part, stamps. Here and there, I might be using other things as I need them. So I'm going to be using, excuse me, this, it's from the Gourmet, I forget the name of the company, Gourmet something or other. And this is a stencil from that company, and it's called Pine. So I'm going to be using that. I'm going to be using this stamp set, which is called Berry Christmas by Not Too Shabby. It's the current, it's a newer stamp and die of the month. I'm just using the stamp and using dies. So I'm going to try to keep my bulk low because I will use washi in this, but I don't want to use additional things that are going to make it bulk up without really needing it. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and get started because this is really my time to work. So I am going to decide where I want to put this stamp. So I can put it up here. I can put it down here. So I'm thinking, or I can put it maybe here. So I'm thinking maybe, I mean, this is really going to kind of block the way, but this is going to be, what do you call it? This is going to be my holiday week, vacation week. So I'm not too worried about covering that up. So I think I'm going to put it down here. That's I think what I'm going to do. So basically, I'm going to stamp all the things I want to stamp for the most part, or, you know, all of the images I'm going to stamp. This is Altenew Crisp Dye ink. The thing that this takes ink very well. It takes a lot of things very well. It does not take Copic. So I have to be more creative in my coloring. That's not too bad. So, you know, I got to be more careful with that. And I do, here it is. I made a mask already for that. And let's see, what else am I going to do? I think I'm going to do this present. And I'm probably going to be decorating my weeklies as well. I haven't decided. So there's that. I think I'm going to do it up here. You know, so I'm going to do my weeklies as well. Probably decorated. We'll see how I feel. Once I'm done with this, I might feel like I want to do more. And this is also a really good way of stretching your supplies, right? Stretching your stamps and, you know, using a lot of things you have. Really gotta press down and make sure that it's on there good. Not too bad. So there's that. And I think I'm just going to do the two. And then this one is a stamp set that was last year's stamp set, and it matches this one in a lot of ways. They're done very similar style, and feels very similar to me. So I am not going to need this giant one anymore. This one, I am going to stamp this Hello Winter in, I want to stamp it in red. So I want to get this like feel of Christmas. So I'm going to stamp this Hello Winter right here. And so there's that. And I think that might be all the stamping that I do right this second. I think I am going to maybe do a little bit more stamping afterwards. But I kind of have to decide about the color I want to use for my little Christmas trees, my little pine. It's a very kind of subtle green. I think I'm going to do this green because I don't want it to be too dark. That's the thing. I don't want it to be too dark because I need to be able to write on it. So even though I would like it to be very red and green and Christmassy, I also don't want to have to worry about not being able to write on top of it, because that's like the whole sort of point. So I'm going to use this spearmint color, and so it's a green enough, it looks like to me, to kind of float my boat, but not so green. I need to tape this sucker down. Not so green that it's too dark. So there's that. I don't want it to be too dark, because then I won't be able to see what I'm writing if I do it too dark. But this is a pretty good darkness. So, and you could just do different pressure and you'll get you know, a lighter, you can get dark by going over it very dark, and then you can make it lighter by not getting more ink or doing it a lighter. And so I do really like the look of the stencil. I don't know if I'm gonna do stencil on my weeklies when I do the weeklies. I might, because it's just a subtle way of getting some decoration down, and I have so many stencils, so it's a good way of using them. And maybe I won't stamp as much. I don't really know. Okay, so there's that, and then I'm gonna do just a few more. And do just a few more. So there we go. And there that is. I feel like it needs maybe just a few more kind of delicate stencil, just like a few more on the side. Okay, so there we go. And I will just mask off this guy, and we'll do this side. So once it's all decorated, I have found just how happy I am with the stenciling. Like, So stenciling is definitely, I recommend that if you want to put a little color down, you want to get a little decoration. If you have stencils, this is like a really good time to use them. And they don't have to be like super decorative. I just happen to have decorative ones that just don't get very much love. So it's definitely a good way of utilizing them. Because you figure if you have like this one, I mean, how many times are you going to use like a Christmas tree looking stencil? So it's a good way of being able to use your supplies more, right? So that's kind of how I look at it. I'm using my supplies more frequently. I would maybe only, I might only make a card that uses, once or twice with this. And so this way, I actually get to use it more. Same with I think I've got a bat stencil I might be using for Halloween. And so some of these stencils I never use because we only use so many stencils at a time. All right, so there we go with that. And get this out of the way. All right, so what I'm going to do next is I'm going to color my images. And let's see, I'm going to do, I think this guy right here, I'm going to do him in a gray. And I'm using these zig markers. So this ink does not bleed using the zig markers. So other things too, like I think you can use Tombow, they don't bleed. They have acrylic markers, watercolor. It'll take a lot of that. I don't know that I want a watercolor in here because I don't really kind of want the stress on the pages. But you could watercolor, definitely. So let's see, I'm going to do this. It's like wearing a Santa hat or something. And so I got this red. Oh, I think this is part of his ear back here. And then let me do his headphones are not in green. They are in blue. So we'll go ahead and color this. And I'm not aiming for fancy coloring. I'm just kind of aiming to get some color down and just have it kind of look good. And I mean, normally people would probably stamp first and then make their calendar around it or whatever, but it's just not practical for me because I really want to make sure that I have the space to function for work. And so for me, it's just easier and better to design it first, and then I can always go back and decorate, which is what I'm doing right now. And so that works for me. And a lot of people don't really use their planners the same way. Maybe they don't have, lots of things to do at work, or maybe they combine, I don't know. Everybody's got a different style and different need. And so, but for me, definitely, I definitely need space. And so I have two main, well, I have my sort of my everyday carry, which is like my planner that has, all my personal stuff. Right now it has things of plans that I'm making for what I want to do on my YouTube channel, what kind of projects I want to work on. those sorts of things, along with like appointments and the kids' schedule and stuff like that. And then I have my work planner, and then I have my reading planner. So I have lots of things going on. So, and let's see. I don't even know how I'm going to do the little balls. And I think I'm just going to do a strip of like just yellow. So this was hard to color, I'm going to tell you, with these markers. But I do enjoy the green. It has that Christmas feel I was looking for. And so that I am enjoying. And all right, so there's my Christmas tree. Not too bad. And then this guy right here, I think, no, I don't know how I feel about that dark oatmeal color. I think I'm going to do this color. So I'm doing this brown. And just getting this guy colored in. And so I don't have a lot of coloring. And so this will get brightened up also with, you know, all the holiday stuff that I'm going to, you know, put on here. So I don't know. Let's see here. So I'm not going to worry about it because I'm going to go through with my black pen afterwards and outline everything so it can be well seen, because it was not very dark black. And so let's just get this colored. And all right, so there's that. Make sure I didn't miss anything. And the present. All right, I'm going to do, this bow is red. And I think I want to use some pinks, maybe. Maybe this one. What color is this? This is red. It's like a different shade of red than the other one. I'm going to do the top. I'm going to do the bottom. And I'm going to do green. Okay. All right. There's my present. There's that. Now I just need to color this in, and I think I'm going to use my I'm going to use my, what do you call these? My acroglyphs or whatever. And so make sure I've got color, which I do. And so I'm going to color this in with this cool acrylic marker. And then I'm going to outline everything. Well, actually, I'm going to stamp first. Then I'm going to outline everything in black. So I like to give all the ink a chance to dry. That way you won't smear it and all of that. So, and let's color that in. I think I'm going to be doing, I don't know if I'm going to do Halloween next, which is October. If I do, I think I'm trying to think of my colors, maybe purple and black. I don't know. Hints of orange. Okay, coloring. And I rarely remember I have these markers and color with them. So I think that's what's cool too, is it really does get you going. And if you don't have money to buy the Archer and Olive or to buy like a really these types of things, I'm going to show you, and I did show you on my channel already, how to use a composition book, because for the last 2 years I've used a composition book and I've been pretty happy with it. For the most part, there's a few things that I was not happy with. But they're very, very sturdy because they're sewn in and everything. So, it's not going to fall apart on you at all. But I used one of these for my reading journal, and I really fell in love with the quality of the paper and just the feel of it. And there's other notebooks out there too. This is just the one that I'm using. I feel like people all are going to have their own opinions. So, and almost done. I didn't do as much stamping. I feel like I might do a little bit more. December. I'm getting there. And so all right. And we are done. Oops. Okay, so that is written. We have that. So now it's time to stamp, do a little bit of stamping our days of the week, which is, this is to me, once you do this part where you put the date and, all of that, it really starts looking like something. And then when I show it, when I do the full reveal of the whole thing, I'm hoping I'm going to do the whole thing, then I'm going to put some stuff in there. So I'm going to have some dates already in there. Since it's my work planner, I already have dates, right? I have holidays that I'm going to be off. I have meetings already scheduled. things like that that I already have, you know, ready. So I will easily be able to show you guys what it looks like. And then it starts really feeling very planner-like once that's done. And so and so Saturday. Not worried about Saturday because I don't work on Saturdays, but there you go. So there's that. And then I need to look at my calendar to make sure that I put the right date, because there's nothing worse than doing a calendar and doing the wrong date. So this is December, and it's going to be Thursday is the 1st. Thursday is the 1st. So it's 1. And there's lots of room on here. So if you're wanting to know how I made the calendar, I used a stencil from Catherine, whatever her name is. I forgot. I'll put it in the description of what I used. My mind is like a blank. I think I'm in the crafting zone. All right, so there's that. Oh, I forgot a couple of things. I forgot to stamp here. So I think I'm going to stamp notes, and I'm going to stamp tasks. So I'm going to stamp. So let's do notes. Notes. My kids right now are watching Married at First Sight. I don't even know. Tyler thought it was The Bachelor, but that show is crazy drama. I think that's why they like it. Okay, tasks, notes. Okay, there's that and that. And it is looking good. Okay, so now I want to really make this pop, and this really does make it look good. So I'm going to just outline. So I just outline here and there. And I really do think that it helps, because you can't really see it very well. And so we outline my friend here. So his nose. And I do some a little fur too, because I think that really makes it look good too. Okay, so here's that guy. You can totally see him much better now. And then this guy, definitely his face needs to be outlined. And I'm going to outline the present. Okay. All right, present outlined. And okay. All right, so that guy's outlined. You can see him a little bit better. And I think a little finishing touch, I think we will stamp a few, if I can find what I did with this. Just a few little snowflakes. Just a few. And I think that is exactly what the doctor ordered to kind of. All right, now we will see. Oh, I forgot one more thing. I forgot to outline my most important part, outlining my date by month. So let me just do this. We are nearly there. And okay. Here we go. Almost. All right, we are done. All right, here it is. This is my design for December, and I really am loving that. So I think it looks really good. So thank you so much for watching. This is Cindy, Create the Heart.